Hi, this is Steve O'Mooney, and you're listening to another production of the Four Eyed Radio Network at foureyeradio.com.
Hey there, Eric here from Socially Awkward Studios, and this Four-Eyed Radio presentation is being proudly brought to you by Raven Designs, illustration and design that fit your personality. For samples and inquiries, visit ravencruise.com.
Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome back. Another week of Appropriately Inappropriate. I'm so proper on these intros, aren't I?
So sweet.
We hope you enjoyed episode 94. We didn't have an episode last week because we wanted to give you guys 2 weeks to enjoy Shapel and Anwar. Shapel, Lacey, and Anwar Newton. They were incredible. That was, honestly, Nance, the best episode we've ever done.
That was my favorite show we've ever done.
I've listened to it 3 times.
It's so funny.
And I never listened back.
Those two are so funny.
Yeah, hilarious.
Too.
So if you haven't listened to it, go back, take a listen. This week should be no different. We've got Michael Paul Kohn and Brian Vilona coming in to share a bit with you and probably get messing around and whatnot. Also, let's see, you can follow the show on Facebook. It's facebook.com/appinpod. You can follow me on everything social media at I am Kevin Elliott. And Nancy?
I'm on Instagram at Ngaragus.
Perfect. Guys, thanks for listening. Keep listening. Tell your friends to listen to the show. We've got some real cool things coming up and a lot of actually really, really cool guests that you're going to enjoy. So definitely want to share that with you. And please enjoy the episode this week.
Somebody to send their
I thought
chocolate
that's what it
starfish.
was originally, though. It was originally for people to like cheat on their significant others and get away with it.
Oh, because it goes away really fast.
Yeah,
It goes away. Except Snapchat has a server with all your photos,
all your
and
photos
pics on it.
and you can
You just do a screenshot, right?
And you just
But it tells you if they screenshot it, but then you can't do anything. But
It does?
Yeah, it gives like a weird
it'll
symbol.
let
It's like
you know. Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you screenshotted me.
And then you can
Don't.
text them and be like, "Why'd you do that, bro?
It's getting
I was just
yourself
showing you my ab progress.
Why'd you want to keep this
I didn't
forever?
want to show Karen yet.
This isn't forever. This is for now.
So fucking stupid.
We live in a dumb time.
We do live in a dumb time.
I think, look, Periscope, I think, is stupid. You're just watching somebody else live their life. But
Yeah.
if everybody else is doing it, I'll do it.
Then you're really living.
Like if you saw your son on Periscope, you'd slap that phone out of his hand.
Dude, we just did it. I would, but we just did Periscope for 5 minutes, and 16 people watched it, and we only know 3 of those
It's a little
people.
weird.
And I've
They're
only heard of it today.
So 13 other people just sat and watched us talk for 5 minutes.
Wonder what they got out of that.
Nothing.
Probably something.
Now they know how to spell Periscope.
Yeah, Periscope. P.
That's enough. My phone will figure it out. And it did. It pulled it right up.
Did you mean? Yes, I did mean Periscope.
Yep.
One time.
I did want julienne carrots for all my friends.
Yes, Vilona.
And their twist
Yes.
Yes, you can have a beer without asking.
And their twist off. Oh my gosh.
I know, right? It's like he's never seen it before.
Trying to do it and it's like not working, but you like just gore your hand.
No.
Twist off and it's not.
No,
Just
we're
is
Jews. We
anyway.
give up.
Go, Mike, get a little
Start
closer to the mic. A
complaining
little
right
bit.
away. We make other people do it.
We immediately give up.
Guys, how the hell have you been, man?
Good.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. Kohn and Vilona are in the building.
Canona.
Hey,
actually.
that's a stupid name. Brian. Hey, are you going to do a blog for real?
I'm doing a blog.
Did you name it?
I'm still. It was kind of funny.
It was a hot topic. That's why I'm
I
asking.
almost got 100 comments on that, not assuming that would be. I'd be like, hey, maybe I'll put it out on Facebook and see what people say.
Name it down Periscope.
Down Periscope.
Down
that.
Periscope.
Down Periscope. Everyone's like, Bologna. I got that 9 times. Bologna.
That's so stupid. That's
The first one got
baloney.
like
Viloni.
Viloni. Whole. And then someone inboxed me. They're like, dude, Vologna. It doesn't change how stupid.
They didn't even put a comment. It had to go private.
That was related to them. I'm like, that's your name too, asshole. Like, what are you doing? Can't be more creative or related.
Make it as self-serving as possible. My life, a story.
I'll
of
talk
me,
about my day at work, like in depth, without names, and then share it constantly,
all over.
and then just have weird like.
No names, but super descriptive of every person.
So I'm not gonna say who it is, but this is where they work, and they look like this.
I feel like all work stories end in somebody's lunch getting stolen out of the break room. Like that's what all work stories are to me.
I'm so lucky. I work at a restaurant, so it's just.
So everyone's lunch gets taken.
Well, I steal your lunch from the window. I'm like, God damn, that's a good looking waffle
Like, tell
fry right
somebody,
there.
You gotta recommend someone order this. You know what? You should have this.
Anything
is
that comes
great.
in pieces that can be removed, order that dish.
Who ate table 3? It was labeled table 3. Who ate it?
If you take enough, you can get a whole basket.
Guys, the cheese dip is great. I already tried it.
Oh, I've
You know
got.
what I recommend?
This is bad. This is bad.
Soup. Get the soup.
I really hope it's as good as yours just was when they remake it. It was delicious.
You just tell the chef, people keep sending this back. You need to make another one.
Oh, I've
Yeah.
started counting the wings because 10 come in a basket. Oh, if there's an 11th,
It's like a baker's
that's
dozen.
mine right
It's
there.
your lunch.
Got real good at math real
Oh,
quick.
yeah.
Oh, no.
54. Oh, extra drummy.
Extra drummy.
That's for Michael.
That's awesome, man. I bet I've never worked in a restaurant. Is that what it's typically like?
Probably not. I don't know. I'm just. I'm not going to say company names because I'll just get fired.
That's fine.
No, everyone says the movie Waiting. You see the movie you see Waiting, or whatever. It's not like that where people are like. I've never seen a cook do anything. I've put a finger in a cup of salsa one time.
Ooh.
Like on accident?
I thought you were
No.
gonna say something else.
No.
I was like, where are we going?
No, on purpose. I was.
I put a finger in a butt once.
Because it was like,
I've
is
done
this
that on
spicy
purpose,
or
too.
or
At
mild?
work.
I can't remember.
No, someone was pissing me off, and I was 19,
finger?
and just kind of bloop.
What'd you put on that finger?
Yeah, what was on the finger?
Cut.
Ooh, AIDS.
Oh my God! You're just handing out AIDS. Holy
is-
shit!
I haven't got a
Bad.
tetanus shot in a while.
I would
Blood.
say it's mild AIDS because I've gone 8 years and I'm putting on weight, so that's typically like that's not how
Yeah,
it works.
that
right?
person that you gave it to, flourishing.
yeah,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
killing it.
Growing extra arms.
They have gout. They have like they've got all
The
the
gout.
fat diseases.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
I would like to believe
Diabetes.
that people don't really mess with food.
No.
I went out to dinner with one of my friends, and I ordered something, and they brought me something else. I was like, no, I didn't order this. You know, I'd like to get what I ordered. My friend was like, no, don't send it back. He wouldn't. He flipped out. He's like, don't send it back. They'll do stuff to it. I'm like, I don't think they will.
No, you'll get an eye roll maybe, and like this fucking bitch.
I
wants
ordered
it.
fish
That's all you'll
tacos,
get,
and they gave
you
me
know.
chicken tacos. I think that's a pretty legitimate.
Yeah,
no
no.
one's gonna put a finger in my fish tacos.
I wish I could do that. Like, I work in IT and be like, oh, you didn't like that? Well, I'm going to put fucking poop
Oh, so
on it.
you
Dude, put your
work
finger in the
IT.
computer.
Yeah.
So there's a show I like called The IT Crowd. Have you
the
seen
British
that?
one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
a
the
good
first
one.
thing they always say is like, have you tried turning it on and turning it back off again? Is that
My
pretty
favorite
much how
thing-
your job starts?
It's like majority of that, like hitting the reset. And then, like, most questions people ask you because they don't want to try themselves.
Yeah.
So, like, my favorite thing is, like, showing them the way. It's not about being a dick, but, like, be a huge dick. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, like, they'll be like, hey, like, my phone doesn't work. And I'll go over there and, like, flick the microphone on. And I'll, like, walk away from them. And then they're like, oh.
well,
like, make it
hopefully
so weird.
they
that
had to wait like 45 minutes in line just to get that done.
And then they're like, flick. And they're like, oh. I'm like, I know if you just pulled your head out of your ass and make a pop noise, and then that would be recorded by the mic that's on now.
Instead, you say it happens all the time.
Yo, yeah, don't worry, I do it all the time. No, I never have done that. No one's done that but
You're the
you.
stupidest person I've met so far.
Yeah, and IT's not even, IT's like, if you're an underachiever and you want like a pay that's not going to go away, you pick an IT job.
Yeah, but I feel like
not
there's a lot of
crushing.
people who aren't smart enough to do that. Like most people aren't smart enough to do IT.
I feel like it's got to be
Patience.
baking a cake eventually. It's just
It
following
is.
directions at some
You've
point.
seen, like, at a certain point,
I don't do that either.
you've seen most things.
Not a baker?
And then, like, most of the time, it's the people. It's not, the problem is the person. Not
Right, because 90% of the time it just needs to be turned off and turned back on
Exactly,
again.
just hit the button,
Yeah.
Kevin.
I mean, I had a friend. I guess I still have him as a friend, but he worked in IT,
No.
and he worked in IT, but he had zero IT background at all, and he lied like on the application and stuff just because he needed a job or whatever, and started working, and he faked it. Like,
Oh, you faked it
anytime
hard.
somebody had a problem, he just was like, "Just give me a few minutes or whatever. I'll see what I can do." And they would leave, and he'd like look on his phone and shit and Google, oh, this is wrong, what do I do?
You wanna hear-
But he did it for like 5 years or some shit, and now he knows how to do it.
Now
He taught
knows.
himself.
Taps into
if
Periscope.
you go to the doctor's office, and this is what I think happens, and I'm pretty sure it does, and they're like, "Oh, your knee hurts? Like, I'll be right back." They're looking that up in a fucking book in the back, and then they come back like, "Oh, and I know what to do now." And I have a
90%
doctor.
of the time when I go to the doctor, I'll tell them what I think is wrong with me, and usually they agree. Like, yeah, that sounds
dude,
right.
Like,
My-
that'd be
You have
$80.
that.
My
Yeah.
doctor,
Assessment.
Yeah.
my doctor's a real cool guy. He's like a real funny guy, which I don't even know if that's what you want from your doctor. You'd want him to more be serious. But like in his office, in every waiting room has just like posters and framed pictures of like comedians and jokes on the wall and joke books all over the place. So he loves when I come in. He gets to run material on me.
He's a
But-
pediatrician.
But I was so sick one day that I crawled into the office. Like I looked like I was coming out of the TV on The Ring, just like coming into the office. And I go in there and he's like, "What's the problem?" And I was like, "This is it, man. This is where I die. Like I'm throwing up. I can't move. I can't keep anything down. And it's been days. Like I'm gonna die. And I just wanted to see you one last time."
You're my eulogy.
And so he like kind of checked me out or whatever, and he goes, "All right, I'll be right back." And he comes back in with a bottle of Gatorade and was like, "Here you go." And I was like, "What's this?" He goes, "Pretty much just what you need to get you back on your feet." He's like, "Hold on, I'm paying like $70 for a bottle of Gatorade. Like, hook me up with something a little stronger, Doc, because I'm dead when I walk out of here." Needless to say, he was right. Gatorade pumped me right up.
Sealed the deal.
It's good to go.
You're like, why can't I just call you for like $12?
Dude,
Yeah,
actually, sometimes
I
I
would
do.
do
He's
that.
cool like that. I'll email him and he
Even if they
sends in
charged
something.
me like a third of the price, I'd do it over the phone anytime.
I would take like
Skype
broken
me.
English through chat with an Indian person.
Periscope your doctors.
Cannot.
Periscope.
Pair-
them.
That's what we do.
It's only one way, though. Well, you can type
well,
to
then we
them.
can just Skype our doctors.
You just show them, "Hey, have you seen my rash?" Like, there's camera. I'm wearing cargo shorts.
Oh, okay.
That would
We're
be
not
good.
on. Okay, no, I'm gonna keep it sealed because
What?
I'll use it for a different podcast.
Oh, what?
The one that it would work for.
Okay.
The,
Okay.
the other one.
The
Okay.
Pitch Please podcast
I'm doing
on the
that.
Four Eyed Radio Network.
Somewhere else with a name I can't say.
Velona's
We're all
on
friends
it
here.
next week.
And now you're like, yes. Last time I was in here, it looked different. I feel like there's been more
Pictures.
build-outs, little more
More
pictures.
pictures. Yep.
There's a really cute like
Their family just keeps having
cheerleading
kids.
award or something.
Yep. That's old.
Is that
How
a
old is that?
championship?
That's old. Like maybe 10.
Nancy was on this squad in high school. It was Palm.
Palm. Yeah.
In our high school, there was cheer and Palm. Like cheer was for the ugly girls, and then Palm was for the better looking ones. and,
Showcase the ones.
and the Palm squad won like the national championship
Yeah, we
every
won
year.
everything.
Yeah.
And then cheer finally did it our senior year. It was like, dude, who knew our best sport
Did it get
was
you
not a
man?
sport?
Did it get you a man? I mean, that's what it's for, right?
I mean, yeah.
All right,
it did.
cool. Done.
So.
Lock it down.
Lock the award down. Lock
Yeah.
the man down.
Yeah.
Cheerleading.
It was
That's what
where
you
it was
do.
at for
Yeah.
sure.
That's what you do it for.
Wait, okay, so we'll talk news real quick. I don't know why I'm like dying to talk about the news. I went on my Facebook, which is the news for me, and everyone's Bruce Jenner, what's it, Caitlyn, Kylie?
Caitlyn.
Caitlyn.
With a Y.
Hot.
But
I
no
think
K.
hot.
I mean, like
She went with C, no K.
in like
Did
an
all right.
Angelina Jolie got hit in the face with a fish way,
She looks better than
like a
a
mackerel.
lot of people I know.
Yeah, not. I mean, yeah.
She looks
Okay.
better than her,
She does look
her
bad,
ex-wife.
but in my mind, I'm like, you were not you. You were him.
But
Which is
she
great.
looks great. I'm
But she
so
does look great.
happy for her.
I mean, I don't know if I'd be so lucky going
no,
through that change. No.
you don't think you could?
I don't
nice
think I could-
eyes. You've soft eyes.
I thank you.
You
very
could
much.
do it.
I don't have the pocket to make me as beautiful as I could be.
Maybe not.
what I'm saying.
That does take money. That does take money.
He put a rack on himself. I don't know if you noticed that.
He did.
nice
Dude put a
rack.
He
rack
did
on
put a
himself.
rack
Yeah.
It goes to show that
Those don't come cheap.
getting like
No.
the only thing you can get hit with and come out better is money.
Mm-hmm.
If you could just throw money at your face, oh man,
Like bricks
Yeah.
of
yeah,
money.
just bricks of money.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Coin
Look, so
won't leave a bruise.
I kind of read about it today. So like when I saw it come out, I just wrote some stupid joke about it. Then I was like, I'm going to stop because it's teetering on
it's too
everybody. You don't know where anybody
the only
stands
one.
on it.
Everyone's a
So
comedian
it's like,
right now too. That's another thing.
Yeah.
Oh, there's something controversial in society. Let me talk about it.
Which actually, my joke it wasn't offensive at all. I said Caitlyn should have been with a K or something. You keep up with the Kardashians, asshole, like something like that.
That was funny.
Making it relevant, putting the Kardashians in there. Like,
Trying.
It's so hard to break free.
Don't worry,
from
man. It
people
didn't
that
blow up Twitter or anything, so we're good.
break the internet.
At midnight didn't throw that up.
Break-
Not yet.
break
Not
the
yet.
internet
Points me.
again.
So, but I then started reading a little bit about the article. Like I don't read, so this is big for me. And it wasn't the article inside. What is it? En Vogue? Is that what? Or just Vogue? En Vogue's
Yeah,
En
the
Vogue is the
singing group that we
R&B.
talked about last
Yeah.
week.
Vogue.
Yeah.
Talk about En Vogue last week.
Brought it
did,
up.
yeah.
Brought it
I
up.
was not here.
Damn.
Next time.
Yeah. We can do it again.
So he walked in March 15th or something, like walked into this office to get like surgery done.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm coming in as Bruce Jenner, and in 5 hours, I'm going to come out as Caitlyn Jenner.
They can't even replace an engine on a fucking like Toyota
Well, it
in
took-
5 hours.
Oh my God.
And
It
they
took-
made a person a
Yeah.
different person.
It took
That's
10
how much
hours.
money.
That was the thing. He's like, I thought it was going to be
You need
5,
Okay.
Yeah.
Type
but it
5.
took 10.
Still though, Pimp My Ride, that shit took like 5 days.
Oh, I love it. Towards the end of the show, they just got lazy and just
First
got
of
a
all,
new
wasn't
car.
that show?
I
Let's
love
sidetrack
that
on that
show.
because that show, I loved the fact that the car was a piece of shit, and they're like, by the way, we're going to take it for 5 days. So now you have zero transportation. You poor piece of shit that
On the
can't get
bus.
anywhere.
The Vanity Fair was the magazine.
And it's the
But
same
Oh, that's
car.
what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vanity Fair.
Did you ever see the Pimp My Ride when a guy brought in one car and it was 2 different cars welded together?
I
Yes.
remember that
And they
one.
And they
couldn't
bought him a
fix
new car,
it, so
yeah.
they got him what was like the car that just came out, and it was like square and kind of funky and
Oh, a
modern.
Scion. It
So
was
the
probably
Cube.
an XB
Scion. Yeah,
or
it was like a
whatever, the
cube or a
Toaster
juke or
whatever.
something.
The I will be sleeping on the couch tonight car.
Yeah,
Yeah. It was a
Yes,
cool
I
show,
will.
though.
I loved that show,
That was a good show. I don't think America
so-
liked it because it's not around anymore.
Yeah.
but it was
For a
on
little
for
bit.
5 years or something. Exhibit.
So was Yo Mama. Yo Mama's on for a while.
Oh,
too.
yeah, it was.
Cash money. $500 cash money. Glad you remember that.
This is a good Wilmer.
Holy
shit.
Valderrama.
Came out of my soul. Been waiting a long time to share that with everybody.
I can't wait till MTV's Yo Mama comes up so I can do this sweet Wilmer Valderrama.
I'm gonna force it.
Oh my
I've been
God.
waiting too long. I'm gonna force it.
Every night before bed, just so I don't forget.
Yeah.
Cash money.
How many? $500 cash money.
Oh my God.
No.
That was awesome, dude.
talking about?
I don't even know anymore.
Oh,
Oh,
10 hours to bolt on tits and a vagina.
yeah, dude. So,
no,
but
he didn't do it with vagina. He still has his penis.
right,
She
he still does,
has
right?
Oh,
hers.
see, I,
shit.
goes,
Whatever.
I didn't
Is that going to be like
read the
stage
article.
2 of?
It's so hard to say at this point.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna. If
But-
you say any words, you're gonna piss somebody off.
Yeah.
So no words.
Oh,
All you have to
okay.
say is I would not look as good.
No,
I wouldn't.
I don't have the cheeks for
looks
it.
good.
That dude's got the cheekbones.
Great
You know, he
cheekbones.
had a feminine appearance to him. He looked like he had some work done on his face before.
Yeah.
But he had a very feminine, like, cut to his face. So it worked out for him. Like, if
Dude,
it's
she's
Kevin or I, like,
65.
She looks great for 65.
65?
Yeah.
So here's a question.
God damn.
More importantly than how you feel about it, if you saw her and she's like, "Hey, Kevin, like, what do you do?"
I
If
don't.
you didn't know,
no.
it's Bruce Jenner. If
No,
she's just
because
like a
she's
babe at the bar.
65. No.
Not
I mean,
into
that
older
could be your,
women.
you know.
Oh,
They know
no.
women, huh?
No, I'm not in.
So she
I'm,
didn't get added
I'm
to
not
your
into the
list.
It's a
transgender.
new vagina, but is it still an old
List.
vagina if it's 65?
Brand new. It's brand new.
I was gonna say,
That's
yeah,
true.
It's a new old vagina.
it's a '98 Dodge, but it's got all new suspension. So it's like new. It's like keep going with car metaphors. Some enthusiast's gonna be like, "Fuck you, man."
Yeah, there's something to that.
Dale wouldn't approve.
What about the? I don't even like. Maybe we should probably stop talking about it so we don't say anything shitty or offensive.
We learn about
Let's just.
I
go
know.
for it,
I'm just
guys.
saying, but like as the
Topical,
kids, not the older ones like Kim and all them, because that's just their stepdad. But like,
Right.
was it Kylie and Kendall are the younger ones?
Yeah.
That was their dad. Now they
that's
don't
tough.
have a dad anymore.
That's
They have
tough.
2 moms.
right.
Yeah.
See, I don't know enough about the family.
But the way that it was portrayed in the thing I
I'd
read,
still go with Caitlyn.
the thing
She's a better mom.
that the way they portrayed it and what I read was Dad's dead. This is other mom. This is Caitlyn.
Do you
That's
have a
it.
funeral for Dad in that time? Like,
I don't know what they did. I don't know.
Morning,
I don't know, man.
like a morning in the morning
Yeah.
with Caitlyn. Morning in the morning with Caitlyn. Sorry.
You have brunch. That's what
A lot of yo mama jokes at that morning, though.
Now you can. Now you can finally.
We opened up a can here.
All right, well we can stop talking about that because I really honestly I don't want to offend anybody, which I normally don't give a shit about, but I do now.
At like everything though. So it's
I
just
know,
like,
you
This
can't.
is super sensitive because
Neutral-
we haven't dealt with it on this
neutral
level before.
perspective.
Okay, it's true because all right, topical. We'll get on joke topics if you want. I did write a joke about this. So I was listening to Motorhead the other day, which isn't a joke. I just was because they're fine.
Kind of funny though.
And they have a song. It came out, like '73 or something. It's called Jailbait, and it's very explicit about fucking a 15-year-old in the song. You could not write that song now.
No.
You could not write that song. Gay marriage is legal in 32 states. Weed is being legalized in certain places, which is awesome. But you can't write a song about fucking 15-years anymore.
Yeah.
Not
That's
that I
still
would or I
illegal.
condone,
Right.
but you just
You know what?
can't.
They
You
still
can't.
are, whether you want them to or not. There's 15-year-olds out there that are
Banging
living their
each
lives.
The fact that we as comedians have to watch what we say is bullshit.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I think that it's not even, as long as you don't tell your comedy from an opinionated place when you talk about, same-sex marriage or you talk about politics, it's hard to not have your own personal opinion there, but it's hard to present that so sensitive without perspective.
Yeah.
So it's not hard. It's not like you're like, ho, it's funny. You're like, I think this is funny because of this, and that's perspective. So it changes like the lens of the whole thing. Because now Kevin's saying it, or Kohn's saying some shit about having sex with a 15-year-old officer.
Yeah.
Like, let's
Out of
roll.
nowhere on a Monday.
It's a personal story.
It's Monday. That's time to talk about it. I don't know. I mean,
It's just weird that we went from this weird PC in the 50s and 60s and 70s where it was you couldn't show anything ever or say anything ever, and now you can drop whatever you want in pretty much whatever song, but as the content can't be. Like you can drop the cunt word if you feel like and rhyme it with anything you want, but if you're talking about gay marriage, people are like, whoa.
you can say
Yeah.
awful things about Justin Bieber all the time.
Yeah.
But, like, the second you talk about Ellen, you're in fucking trouble.
I
Don't do it.
I was thinking Ellen too.
You are,
She
air high five.
is a
Ellen.
American.
She's an icon, though, too. Ellen's a great icon.
So
but it's
there's-
just like, some people think Justin Bieber's a great icon, too.
True.
So it's like,
Justin Bieber, Taylor Swift.
yeah.
That's kind of the equality, I would think, for guy-girl. But you're right. You can rip on Bieber all day.
All day.
And people laugh and join in.
Yeah.
If you call Taylor Swift a cunt, it's like,
What?
I don't...
You're going to
you-
piss
I feel
off Ricky
bad for
Martin, at
Bieber.
least. At least make
I read something about how Taylor Swift is not from like the farm, so saith that she is.
Yeah.
She's from like a very wealthy family that bought a ranch.
Bought vocal
like,
lessons,
as
probably.
like a second. No, yeah. Her mom would drive her to karaoke when she was like 8, and then
It's one of those
groomed
things.
From,
Well, in her defense, she never sings about growing up in the hood or anything.
She doesn't.
So.
True.
She sings about all the guys in Hollywood that she just shits
Yeah.
all over.
Yeah.
It's great.
She's keeping it real.
she still sucked those dicks though.
She did. They can't take that back.
Can't take it back.
Still got the taste. You remember?
Yeah. They know what her face looks like.
Oh, they do.
I remember every face of every BJ I've ever gotten.
Well, she recently.
It's hard not to remember two faces.
You're very sincere. Like I fucking remember them.
I remember all of them.
Both are relatives. It's hard to not remember.
I mean,
see your uncle all the time.
memorizing zip codes
Every
is hard.
mustache and
I
rubber.
get up to like 5. And
But
that's
Taylor
it.
Swift recently announced that she is no longer associated with country music.
Who?
Taylor Swift, because remember
She's more of a pop.
She started
Yeah.
country, and you know she didn't want to. But from what I've heard, it's easier to get into country music than
Yeah.
it is to get
People
into
love-
pop.
People do that at the
Country.
end of their singing career usually.
They start in country
Yeah.
and they end in country.
Do
but
some like Grand Ole Opry
so
stuff.
Now that she's big, she's done with country. She says.
There's too much money out there to get.
God, so much in
She's-
country music.
All I
You
think.
can make a shitload of money. Easier, I guess.
Nelly.
Hey, Darius Rucker.
Yeah, man.
Darius Rucker.
Crushing it.
Hootie, the glass ceiling, just and then just shot him through there, and then just put him right in a dust bowl. Sick, just have fun. Hold my hand,
I don't know, like
Hootie.
I don't want to hate on country music because I feel like most people like it. I was never. I grew up in
don't.
Oregon. And I never really liked it. I don't know why. It just reminded me of like what education could be, you know, and it's not. It's just like why?
Yeah, country music to me was public school,
Yeah.
whereas everything else was sophisticated. That was
Well,
private
country music's
school.
about like love and heartache, which is also love part of it. That's like what all country music
Yeah.
is. So it's powerful, but like I don't know. It's not my flavor ice cream.
Me either.
And a couple years ago, it went real political too. But they were just
Yes,
cashing
Dixie
in,
Chicks.
just cashing in on that.
They're like, I want an opinion. I'm like early Kanye West action.
Well, not even the Dixie Chicks, but like 1 out of 3 artists came up with a song about 9/11.
That's true.
Like they had to
Cash
cash
cow.
in on that.
Ooh, big time.
And who could blame them?
Yeah, I guess you just hope they weren't at home. They were just
Who? Yeah,
you
it's-
know.
who can blame them now?
Yeah,
No
now-
one's
14 years
but at
later.
the time, it was just like you're.
I love that. No one's like, hey, dude, have you heard this 9/11 joke? It's fucking hilarious. They're like, no, this 9/11 song's great, though.
Dude.
Like, why is that different?
Yeah.
9/11 happened when I was 21.
Yeah.
Literally a month. I
Yeah.
turned 21 a month before. And when it happened that night, I'm talking with friends because you're talking to everybody. Just like, holy
Yeah,
shit,
and the
watching the
phones
news.
went
You couldn't stop
down.
watching the
Yeah.
news. But you're watching, we're like, when's the first movie of this coming out? That's what we said to each other. We're like, because that's the moneymaker.
Has there been a movie yet?
So
Yeah.
many.
Yeah.
Mostly
Oh.
about like the people that were on site, the firemen and
Yeah.
people
There was World
recovery.
Trade Center, and then
And then the flight perspective
the
of
one
the
with,
people.
Oh.
But we said it. We said it that night.
Nick Cage wasn't it?
When's the first movie of this going to come out? That's the one that's going to make a ton of money.
I
And
was
there's people right now writing it.
Fahrenheit 9/11. That's what it was. That was
Saturday
the
Night
big one.
Live talked about it too. They're like, when is it okay to be funny again? And they were
Like
they
10
pulled their
years?
show.
We
for
did
a while.
shows week and a half
Yeah,
after
Saturday Night Live
9/11.
pulled their
You
show.
just like if it's tragic, you can't do the day of, but like you might be able to pull off the day
Yeah.
next. You know,
Oh, speaking of movies, I saw Avengers. Did anyone see that?
I have not seen it.
It's on my list. to
Really
see.
good.
Yeah, I gotta see
I
it.
thought it was good. Yeah.
Which is that the third event?
Age of Ultron.
How many times are they going to do the same? Is it the same as
Yeah.
far as like the movie flow and like
Yeah.
the catalyst?
I thought it was great. I like it. I know. I like all of them though. So.
I do like those, man. I'm not like a comic. Do you guys go to Comic Con?
Last
I
year,
was there yesterday.
last year I went. This year I did not go. Last year I went by
performed
myself.
last year, didn't
Yeah,
you?
I did a show there, and I went by myself, and that was a little overwhelming.
Same.
And I'm a huge nerd.
Yesterday.
And I was like,
Oof.
I really like nerdy shit, but I'm like, fuck all these people right now. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
there's a
not
lot
having
of
as much
people.
fun as everyone around
No.
me because of friendship, and I didn't have it.
No, he's right.
It's true. You have to share that with someone.
Oh, I tried to engage with like 3 strangers yesterday.
it's brutal.
Nobody was fucking having it.
Oh, they're like,
Nobody.
okay, normal person. I'm like, prejudice.
Well,
Like,
because I was
Was it Chewbacca in
out?
character?
No,
You're like,
it was
why
someone
won't he speak
smoked
English?
A cigarette, and
Do it.
I was like, oh, I forgot my light. I took a lift over there. I didn't want to drive. I was like, oh, I forgot my lighter in the cab. So I walked over to her, and I'm like, hey, yeah, you know, and I stood there for a second. I tried to engage. Nothing.
Was she dressed up?
No, she wasn't. She was earlier. She was Miss Piggy earlier.
And believe it or not,
you'd assume she'd just talk to anybody.
Any
Yeah.
cartoon character goes. Is
all
that
she
what
did
it
was
is?
wear the pig nose.
Any cartoon
I'm
character.
not.
It's
I'm not
like, you know what
apprised, but
cosplay is?
Yeah.
It's like just the costume
This was
thing.
like a favor.
It's
I did to her.
everything. It's not just comic books
Right.
at Comic-Con. It's every weird fantasy or spandex outfit that a girl or guy
Yeah.
can wear.
Yeah, because
Comic books.
Anything
for
animation,
girls now. I don't
TV
think
shows,
it was
animation,
in the past.
sci-fi, anything.
It'll remind me a lot of the the Renaissance Festival.
I feel like
It
it's a
does.
lot
In
of
that
people just using the excuse to dress like a whore.
It
Yeah,
was,
it's like a
was
Halloween.
lot
Halloween
of tits that
is.
should have been sealed that were not sealed.
Just like
Yeah.
all the pancakes came out of breakfast. Like,
And you know what I was thinking about the other day, and this is why I thought about this. I got a flashback in my mind of what's her name? Janet Jackson. Remember when Janet Jackson's boob came out?
Oh yeah.
And everyone was like, "Oh my God, what was it?" Chris Rock was like, "40-year-old titty." Like he was so horrified, and I was like, "Fuck, I'm 35. Like, when are you? When are you too old to show your boobs?" When?
Julianne Moore still does it in
Yeah.
every movie she's in, and I don't care.
Yeah, it depends.
It just
on,
depends
who
on
you
them.
are.
It made me
depends on
really
who you
nervous.
are.
I'm like, fuck, that's like 5 years away.
Now, Chris Rock was saying that just to say the joke.
Yeah.
It
Because
really made me think
still,
to get home.
Janet Jackson, anybody would still want to see her naked.
Yeah.
That's the longest anyone's thought about a Chris Rock bit before. Usually you're like, I get it, like joke, punchline, and then.
It really hit home for me.
No,
Because
he's
I
good.
just turned 35.
But I know what
so.
that is like. I'm about to be 30 this year, and I know what that's like.
Yeah.
You know.
When are you
thinking
too
about-
old to show your stuff?
Never. You're never too old.
Okay.
For a guy, never.
For a guy, your titties
Never.
are always shown to everybody when you're a man.
The older you get, the longer it drops down. So it's like, cool, man. Look at how
There's more
huge
to
everything
see.
is.
Yeah. It's the only thing that increases.
Yeah, it's
Fucking
totally.
factor. It's like I just don't care. Like
Right.
what I'm on a beach. It's good enough. Boobs coming out. You know,
So better with age.
better with age.
All right. All right, so real quick, I'm going to tell a story, and then let's get into your jokes. This weekend, I had some people over at my house, and they brought their dogs over.
It was your birthday.
It was my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
So they brought their dogs over, and my dog and these other dogs are all playing ball in the pool, and my dog's like obsessed with these tennis balls. He's taking them for himself. He's not sharing, and he's getting so pissed off because the other dogs are trying to play ball. He takes 2 of his tennis balls over the side of the yard and pees on them.
Oh yeah.
Dogs
Is
will do
that
that.
normal?
Establish that
Yeah.
dominance.
Is
Yeah.
that a normal thing?
Very. That's marking territory.
But I thought that was
goes in
like
your
marking
mouth.
like property, not like toys. Like he took them out of the pool, took them to the corner of the house, and peed on his own toys.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And nothing else.
Nothing else.
Yeah. He's
And then-
marking them.
Yeah.
Did he-
And
Scent
the other
on
dog's
them.
like, "Ooh,
He's
I
like,
don't
I
want
like
to play
these.
with you
Yeah.
now."
Did your dog then play with them?
Well,
Did you not tell your kids and they threw with them and played with them?
they ended up back in the pool. I know that.
Oh,
At least it wasn't poo poo.
No, I don't think dogs are into that.
That's how I mark my
He peed on his
territory.
own
Don't come over my
You know,
house.
it could have been. I will say it could have been cat pee.
Whole house is
A
outlined.
little worse. Cat pee's a little bit more hard.
Looks like you're trying to keep away witches, like a fucked up phantom. Like, you're like
Witches and varmints.
You're like,
Stay
what?
out of my house.
Did you hear human shit keeps out ghouls, Kevin? What the fuck?
Smear it above your doorway. The ghost
I'm just
won't come
squatting.
get you.
And shifting around my house.
It's like me, myself,
Just
and
playing
Irene.
defense.
His front lawn because the dog keeps pooping on his lawn, so then he goes and craps on that person's lawn.
Oh.
That's how it should be.
It smelled when I okay. So we're talking Comic-Con. Speaking of shit, they have yeah. Well, because I went yesterday, which was the last day of like 4 days, and I went into the exhibition hall, which is like downstairs in the Hyatt.
The dungeon.
Yeah, right. They were like, all right, nerds,
role-playing in
your
there.
natural habitat. We're gonna make it cozy for you. So we're gonna put all the dolls. We're gonna put them in the basement for you.
Turn the lights up.
So I go down there, and it is wall to wall, just nonsense. And it's 4 days of human farts just baking in this room. And there's nowhere for it to go. It's downstairs. It is trapped in there. And there's like bathrooms on either side. And I was down there for like 25 minutes. I'm like, no, I gotta get the hell out of here.
You're like, I don't care if there's a deal on a ghillie suit. I don't need it.
I was looking at, they had these plastic swords that supposedly could break concrete, and they were like $40. And I was this close, and then I thought, I can't take that in a cab. So I didn't.
A plastic sword that can
was
break concrete?
Polypropylene.
Made out of a space.
Made out of lightsaber
polymer.
material.
Oh.
That's how,
Energy.
you know what though? That's how I found out how to get into Comic-Con from the street. I just followed.
Using a lightsaber? You
I
followed
just
it.
follow the lightsabers.
All
I'll
these
get right
people,
the
and
fuck
it's
in.
so hot outside in these costumes, it probably just smells in Comic-Con.
Did you
So
perform?
badly.
I did,
You
I
did a
did.
set. What was that like?
I did This Day in History, the one that S&M does, Jamie Sanderson and Steve Merritt. So it was May 31st, and I was like, all right, I should pick a topic that's kind of relevant. And one of my favorite
Is that why
movies-
Stores was tweeting out
Yes,
just stuff? All right.
stuff about
The day in history. I was like,
Exactly.
who gives a shit?
They're all
Now it
his
makes
one-liners.
sense.
Yeah, he had a great set. His jokes were
Weird. He did research on it. Who would have thought?
Yeah. All I did was I found out that the movie Dragonheart was released on May 31st, 1996.
Ooh, that's a great movie.
And that was one of my favorite movies growing up. So I just did the whole 5 or so on Dragonheart because I rented
Sean
it.
Connery, bro.
And then I watched it twice. It is aged. It is aged like Dennis Quaid.
Oh.
It's actually aged like Randy Quaid. So just reshelve that forever. And then I found out they made 2 direct-to-video sequels of that one too. Like 10 years after. Where the fuck's the market for a Dragonheart direct-to-video?
It's like what they do with toys. They're like, oh yeah, you forgot. Let me put that same shit back in your kid's hands. Perfect. You like Power Rangers? They're coming back.
Paddington Bear.
That movie sucked.
Princess
Of course
Diana.
it did.
Yeah.
My son even he's the one that wanted to see it, obviously, of the two of us. And we put it on for like 3 minutes. He's like, "This is awful, Dad."
was bad.
I was like, "And this is made for you." He's like, "Yeah, I don't want to watch this ever
terrible.
again. Delete it. Get rid of it. I don't want to see this ever again."
Wow.
Like, cool, man. Back to Three Ninjas. So,
Damn.
what? Yeah, dude, I'm fortunate that he loves those movies.
Those are good, though.
Three Ninjas, The Sandlot, Mighty Ducks, Little Giants, Space Jam. I mean, it's on lock, dude. He
Thumbelina.
demands to watch those movies. Fuck Thumbelina.
Anastasia.
It's the worst one of all those Disney things.
Hey, I watched the shit out of Little Mermaid when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I bet you did.
Well, you were trying to see the priest boner at the end. Do you remember that?
Yeah, dude. He had
Yeah.
a big old one.
You did? You know? Did you know?
She's like, wait.
I knew about the castle that looked like
The
a
penis castle.
Yeah.
I had the VHS with the penis castle on it as a kid. It got a lot of drool on it.
I mean, I don't.
Is that one of the blowjobs you can remember?
Look at this castle.
I just remember
The one you gave?
Disney D. That's the face I remember. No, I did have that one. But there was a scene at the end where they're getting married, where
Yes,
the prince is
I remember
marrying
this, yeah.
Ursula, and I know a lot about this movie.
Ariel.
Well, no,
Oh,
before.
Yes, you're right.
When
She
Ursula
was-
she's all hot, yeah.
Oh, she was
Yeah.
a beaut.
Well, the priest is like giving his vows, and you can see under the podium, and it's apparently an illusion. It's an optical illusion, but it looks like he's getting a pretty solid rod
Right.
going on.
Well, she was nice looking.
Oh, they were.
She had some hot tentacles.
She did.
Lots of them.
If I was Japanese, I would love.
God, so serious. She really did. If we can wrap this up, I got to get somewhere.
I got a VHS I need to rewind and then I can watch it at my house.
The mall closes when? The Disney stores.
3:31. Just pause it at 3:31.
Who's got a VHS I can borrow? Anybody?
Do you have one of those combo DVD VHS things? I want to burn it to a disc and see what, put it on my drive.
I guarantee you can YouTube that last scene and it's there.
I want them to. I want to do a version of the last scene, but then scramble it like spice pornography in like the 90s.
Did you ever do that?
Fuck yeah.
Dude.
Because eventually, if you watched it, I found out. My brother and we found out that if you watched it long enough, it would freeze for like a good, little while. Obviously not together. We just shared knowledge.
It's not true.
It is true.
Same cabin.
Same hand.
Oh no!
But yeah, I discovered that at a young age that you could watch it for
you
long
watch
enough.
it long
freeze
enough.
for a little bit, and then.
The stuff you poor guys had to go through back then to watch porn. Like, you get it
man.
accidentally through the fuzzy channel sometimes.
Yeah, that was
and you
my
guys
jam.
were dedicated. Like, that was enough. Now, these kids, my kids, have cell phones. They can just log on.
Google
Anytime
boobs
they want.
with a Z and you'll get stuff. Boobs, not even right.
They
You don't have to know what boobs are.
try. You guys had to work so hard for just a little bit of porn.
You don't even have to spell it right, and it gets it.
Dude,
I
wait,
should.
okay, I'm gonna give you one. Right
Ooh,
here.
you can gift
What
it?
if you did like boobs with a Z, right? And then you said, "Did you mean anal fucking?"
That's great. Suggested.
I googled dog beds the other day, looking for a bed for my dog, and I got porn like within minutes, looking for a dog bed.
Did you?
We did.
Write
Hold on.
how to buy a
Doggy
good dog bed or how to bed your dog?
We
Which did you do?
we did on this show a long time ago. 6 degrees of YouTube separation, where you type in an innocent thing into the search bar
What'd you
on
do?
YouTube. I don't remember. I think
Neckties or something?
like brown boots or something. I don't know. Like
brown boots.
you did boots.
Brown boots.
No,
Brown
you
boots.
did boots, and I did
Urban Dictionary.
I did Dora the Explorer. I remember I did Dora the Explorer.
Dora Explorers, that's the thing.
And then you look to the right where it's got like all the suggested videos or whatever, and you click on that, and then the next one you go to the right, click on that, and by 6 videos you will get to something that you should never see if you
Yeah.
typed in Dora the Explorer.
I think we
Great.
Yes.
got it before 6 too.
Oh yeah. I got
it's like
Dora. I got I think 3 or 4, and it was like shit that kids should never see.
Yeah. I turned my
yeah,
kid
we did that.
loose
It was
on
fun.
YouTube one time because she wanted to know who Shamu was, and she was looking at dicks in minutes.
Shamu
What the
dicks.
fuck? And it was like whale dicks, big dicks. I'm just like, no.
I'm gonna always.
Could you imagine a whale with a little dick?
Sad.
Sorry, guys.
I'm gonna set up my internet. First of all, I'm gonna have many children. I've already decided.
Congrats, man.
Most of them will not be mine.
Too bad.
It's gonna work out. I'm just kidding. But what I will do is I'm gonna ruin their lives.
We
by
just stopped right there. It was good enough.
Yeah.
no,
Where are you getting these kids, bro?
Let's go deeper.
If we got to go to court, we got to know why.
In your house, you can if you have like a nice router, like a nice Wi-Fi.
Go on.
You can set it to redirect websites and block websites. So you can be like when they're like big tits and butts, like JesusChrist.com comes up.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like doyourhomework.org, something.
Do your homework.org.
.gov.
That'll work.
Is that a
You know what I would do? Every time that would type in, I'd make it go to a periscope of me. And I'd just be like, little fucker, dude.
Every
You
time
little
they
piece
look
of
at
shit.
porn, just show them a video of their own birth. Like, that'll teach you.
Or that would even
Slow
do
motion, here it comes. The crowning.
Hit their mom and dad fucking. And they'd be like, this is so hot. And then they say, Dad? Mom? No.
And then they see themselves asleep in the middle. They don't even know what's happening.
Holy shit, man. That would be incredible.
Be really
Great
funny.
business idea. So let's get into...
Kid into an online catfish because he's a lunatic by age 18.
Yeah, I'm definitely a girl. When ASL is a question I get all the time. I'm of course a girl, and I'm close to you. And
Yeah, I don't close my eyes and see my mom's tits when I go to sleep.
Every internet message he sends goes to your phone, and you're the one responding. You don't want to break his heart. Be like, hey, well, I'm interested in you.
every chat room person's you. Yeah, take it off. No, put it on. Shut up, Billy.
I love this. How to ruin your child.
Oh, my God, dude.
I thought this would be funny. I always thought this would be funny. Have multiple kids and teach them all different languages. So they can't talk to each other.
They're like,
Sorry.
no comprende.
Sorry. Like, eventually, they would get really self-sufficient, and you'd have some kick-ass kids, but it would take some time, you know? It's like a good cast-iron skillet. You gotta get some wear on it.
What if you don't even teach them? You just put them in the room with Rosetta Stone, and you just leave them there.
No. I want to go back. I want to go
disc.
early. I want to go
One
Muzzy.
disc.
I want to go Muzzy from the 90s. The VHSs with the French bears.
Oh, those are great.
Holy shit. All right. Let's get in...
Muzzy. Oh, Muzzy.
Let's get into these bits that you guys got. All right. One each. Tell it, and then we'll get into it and dissect it.
One
Okay,
each.
you first,
Yeah, yeah.
because he
You wanna
can't
do
stop
me?
laughing.
I'm sorry. I cannot stop.
All right,
So
Brian,
I will.
the
I will
bone of
tell.
Vilona.
And so this joke is true. This joke is true. I'm just going to start with that, so you understand what's going to happen. So, like a good man, I met my girlfriend on Tinder. That's where I met her because I was just swiping. Bang, bang, bang. Someone said yes. Okay, we'll go for it. And I take her out and get along. A couple months later, we fall in love. Valentine's Day comes up. And so my idea on Valentine's Day was do something really nice. I was like, I love this girl. I'm like, I'm going to fly her home to meet my family. Whoa. So I get 2 tickets on Spirit Airlines because money is no object. It's cheap tickets, because it's a new relationship. That's what you do. I'm going to throw down, but not very hard, you know what I mean? And so we go there. And it's for the whole weekend. Valentine's Day is on a Friday. So we get there Thursday night. We're drinking and laughing, having a great time. And I'm like, this is going great. My investment, what a good idea, And then I go to bed, and I wake up, and there's a knock on my door, and it's my sister. And she's like, you're going to need to sit down. I was like, okay, and I do. And I was like, well, what's happening? And she's like, it's your little brother. I was like, what's happening? She's like, we're having a heroin intervention with him today. And I look at my girlfriend, I'm like, welcome to the fucking family. Welcome to heroin intervention on Valentine's Day. Thanks for the heads up, family. Thanks for fucking up my test drive of my relationship. So we get, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, my family's all artists. Everyone in my family works in some sort of art, except for me. I work in technology. I sit at a desk. And so what they think is a good idea is to hire not like a therapist to mediate this heroin intervention. They hire like a spiritual energy healer. So this lady's like making her own granola. Like, this shit is real. This is like the most real, like, this is happening right now. And so like I don't know if you're familiar with heroin. There's like 2 routes with heroin. You could like die or you could not die. It's like most things. You could die or not die. It's like most things. And we just go around and we say our piece to my little brother because, like, you know, this is our attempt to save him, right? And she's doing like weird hand gestures the whole time. She's like building like crystal balls and like breaking them down. She's building crystals. Mm-hmm. She's like 2 glow sticks away from having a really fucking awesome day. You know, she's in it. So that's the right person to fix the heroin problem, right? And we just go around. It goes to like my sisters and my little brother's in the middle, and she gets to him, and she's doing her hand things, and it looks like she's jerking off the ghost of Patrick Swayze. It just looks like balls. It looks like she's fucking with us. I was like, this lady is like fucking with this situation right now. Like, we're trying to save this life. Like, what are you doing? And it like, she gets to him. She's like, his energy's really low. I'm like, yeah, he's on heroin. Like, that's what happens. Your fucking energy's really low. And like, by the time it gets to me, I'm like, I'm pissed off. And this whole thing's weird. Like, my girlfriend's there. The dogs are fighting. It's just like, it's too much. So she's like, what do you want to say to your little brother? And I was like, you know, I'm really sad and I'm hurt and I'm upset. Like Dylan, you didn't even know I had a girlfriend. And if you did, you know, she sells heroin and I could have hooked it up huge for you. Family discount. Business has never been better for her. So that's a true story. That is a 100%, except for the punchline at the end, which I added for what I think needed to be there.
Yeah.
That is a true story.
She sells cocaine, not heroin.
Yeah, she says, she just does bumps off the balls and pull out of her butt.
Sounds like intervention. When somebody is doing intervention, it sounds like you were the only one who didn't know about it. So
yeah, I didn't. It was a.
Why wouldn't they tell you?
No, it does it. Like,
Yeah.
it was. I literally woke up and she's like, by the way, and I'm like, fucking like I didn't like adapt right then. Adapt.
But
So-
how long did they know ahead of time that you were coming?
They knew a while.
So
like, I
they
bought
were
tickets.
just like-
No, we're dropping on them
You know
right.
what? They cashed in on your investment that you made for
They
those
did.
plane tickets.
They did.
Really, they owe you money.
I think so too.
I mean, at the
And
least.
you're still
the
with
worst.
your girlfriend.
Yeah, and I'm still with her, and like, it was so uncomfortable because to me, I'm like, I just introduced you. It's not time for the heroin talk yet for you. Like,
Yeah.
go take a lap. You know? No,
What
they're
if
like,
she's
no,
like-
she's
what
part
if
of the
you-
family. I'm
What
like,
if
this
y'all
is
sit down and
fun.
she's like, how did they all know I had a heroin addiction?
Yeah, she's like, why'd you tell
Brian,
everyone I
did you
sell
take
heroin?
me to this
Put me up to
intervention?
this.
And it was like, I mean, actually, that made the trip a win because if you're still on board after that, like, you're on board.
Yeah.
You drank the fucking Kool-Aid.
I mean,
You know?
that to me is like getting engaged at someone else's wedding. It's like
Wearing white to some other chick's wedding,
absolutely
right?
like
Don't
your
do that.
family really did you a disservice by they took advantage of you buying
They
that
totally
ticket,
trapped me.
and they staged an intervention on your
And
dime.
Part of the joke that I don't say is because it's a joke. It has to be contextualized. It has to make sense. I haven't found a way to make sense out of it yet. So I have a big family. I'm one of 4 kids. My little brother is obviously the person in the joke, and I have 2 sisters. And my little sister like tried to make this whole thing about her, and I haven't found a way to twist it all together because that's the true story. She tried to steal the show at my little brother's heroin intervention. Yeah, it's like it needs to be written out better.
Wait, who's the youngest? Your little brother.
My little brother's the baby.
Is she the middle?
She's the youngest next to him.
So she kind of has middle child.
She's like, oh, he was born and now he does heroin. He steals everything from me. Like, so
Including
it's
my
just-
heroin.
For me, like, you know what the worst part about, or the best too, but at the end of that, we just all ate Thai food. Like,
Right.
okay, great, good meeting. Like
And
Thai
that was
food.
it?
So is he
Yeah.
still doing the heroin?
I don't
Who
think
knows?
he is. Who knows?
I think you either do it or you don't.
I think
from what I
exactly.
Don't they just ship you off to rehab right
No,
away?
the thing with well, he's gone through it. He's young, but
All right.
he's going through it. But the thing about heroin, this is 100% true. If you do heroin, 100% of the time you're going to do it again. Everyone that does heroin does it more than once.
That's why I won't.
Everyone.
I know
It's not just
heroin
weed.
addict,
I'm like, I want to do
unfortunately.
weed more than once. Like, it's not. Like,
But you don't have to.
but it's probably so amazing. Like, it's like ecstasy. Like, I took ecstasy, but I was afraid to have sex on ecstasy. I'm like, it's gonna never be
That's
the same.
that's like people say that. So it's like, don't French kiss with braces on, or don't have
Yeah,
sex on
don't-
ecstasy.
yeah, exactly.
It'll fuck it
Don't
up
do-
for you.
Yeah, or
That's
don't
not
swim
true.
on a full stomach.
Don't
What?
say, what
Was
is
that
it, like
not the same
Bloody
thing?
Mary in the mirror?
Sex, have sex. Doesn't matter what you're on. Just have sex.
No, I mean, and drugs are they're a powerful, like, family dividing thing.
I feel like
And
that about religion, but whatever.
it was
Drugs,
religion,
whatever
drugs,
you're
religion,
into.
depending on what family you come from,
Yeah.
the same thing. And it was impressive the level of dysfunction that was displayed and how on board my girlfriend was. I'm like, fucking sweet. Like, okay.
What? Like, first of all, how long did the actual meeting last?
It was a good. Because there's time. Each person talks and lots of tears and such. But it took probably a good 3 hours.
In your
Jesus.
opinion, is an
Did you have
intervention
snacks in
effective?
between? Is that when the typhoon was brought up?
There need to be an intermission. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, let's take a quick smoke break. Don't smoke crack, and we'll come back.
Heroin, just cigarettes.
Grandma's gonna play the organ in the back. Calliope music.
So I got back from that trip, and I was obviously grateful my girlfriend was still in love with me. I thought, because she still
Right.
is, and I was like, whoa, this whole thing's jarring, riveting, and I was just crazy that like all that happened, and like we just kind of put a little bow on it. I'm like, oh, that's why I live down here.
Yeah.
For that,
For you.
I know it worked out though, but yeah, it's.
for the bit itself,
And then I tried to tell the joke like as it was true.
yeah, but I think for the bit itself, what if you did the beginning of it shorter, and then the majority of it is what happened in the actual meeting?
Because that's better, I think. Because the setup is not nearly as important as that dialogue in the meeting.
Right. But I mean, make it
character and-
satirically funny. I mean, you don't have to keep it so true.
Yeah.
But it's like, and then it got sad, or but like make fun of each person that said something. They were like this,
It could
and we were all
be
like,
like a 10-minute bit. It doesn't need to be like a 5-minute.
yeah.
definitely onto
But
something
to
with
know
breaking your
each way
sister
is
in
great.
about the middle
If you can do it in
trial.
5, you
If
can
I
do it
can
in
get
10.
the layers going with like the sister like stealing the
That's
show,
funny.
and then me, if it just depends on how you write it and tell it.
Yeah,
We
for
always-
sure.
We always
Interventions are
forget that we
always
can lie too. So I mean,
I see. I
you
do
can
that too because
say-
it's so true, except for the end. That's almost like the joke for me is this is a true story, but like you can, and then I put a little fluff on the end for embellishment to make it a punchline.
It's almost like you're out.
Yeah.
Like that's the out. You say the
Yeah.
punchline, you're like, all right, I'm out. Now I can go on. But
But it needs to
within it, go
wrap
if
up,
you go
too.
back and just keep digging in and finding the meat of it, I feel like you can even grow on this thing, and it could be
Bigger
almost
than-
one man
or callback.
show like, where it's serious at points, and then you break out of it and you get into some comedy, you make fun of something. And yeah, you do need a longer set to do that. So that's why I'm saying you can do a 5-minute bit of it and have it the way that you do it, and then also you have this 10-minute, 15-minute bit of the whole, like, this is the way it went down, and then make fun of everybody for, you know what I mean?
So I like that, and then you take them for a ride a little bit instead of like wait for the punchline at the end. It's more of like a you're sharing the truth, but you're telling jokes at the same time.
Yeah.
I think
That's a hard thing to do.
more details about you and your girlfriend in that moment too.
Yeah, like
would
feelings
be,
and thoughts.
be better. Just like
That's a
look
good
on her
point.
face. Like what was her immediate reaction? Like
That's
not,
a huge, great point.
Yeah,
I don't mean to
no one
interrupt you.
mentioned her, and she's
that
in the
was what I was
fucked up
thinking the
situation.
whole
That's
time.
exactly why.
What
Yeah.
was her role in this? Was
Yeah.
she just sitting there? Did she get a turn? I kept waiting to hear if she got a turn.
Okay, so yeah, there's
She's
definitely
like, I'm
more
gonna sit
to.
this
Yeah,
one out.
so
Like,
your,
I don't
so
know.
your
She
parents
got it.
turn to her, and they're like, what do you have
What
to
do you want to say? And spend like 8 minutes with what she has to say. Well, Dylan.
just have her do the Coach Carter speech. Like, that's all she can think of.
Well, it's nice to meet all of you.
So we watched.
Standing O. I don't know.
Watched
My
Love
brother-
and Basketball, and we just took it easy.
Like, I think of details like, not to get necessarily too personal, you don't have to answer, but like, did you have sex that morning with her in your parents' home right before your sister comes in to tell you that your brother's having there? So you're
okay,
like, I
I
had
like
a
that.
clear head at this point, so I'm walking
Yeah.
downstairs.
Not raging.
But you know when you wake up,
You're not supposed to have sex before a fight, I've heard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little
Want it pent
too
up.
many like
So this, you need to go in with a clear head.
go, and you had this, but at that time, but you had because you had that clear head that like if you know you formulate the joke like that, but if you had this clear head, the light of day is a lot harsher when you're lucid and
Yeah.
that's happening, you know.
You're stone cold sober.
Like, oh God, I haven't done anything yet.
Yeah, I'm not
That's
even
good too.
high right
Like,
now.
like we did have sex, so I'm legitimately stone cold sober.
Yeah.
There's nothing in me that's
Yeah.
gonna alter my
Brother was
reaction.
lucky.
I like
He was
that.
messed up for the intervention. You guys all had to be sober.
He didn't. The crazy thing about, and I don't know if all interventions are like this, but they're a surprise.
Yeah, there's
He thinks he's
yeah.
coming over for Valentine's.
Yeah.
Day. Brian's girlfriend's
Right.
it. Wrong bitch.
He's gonna hate her.
So he came over as a
associating her with-
Assuming that he was meeting your okay, so then if
so
you
that-
frame it,
Setting her
yeah,
up
if you can
for
frame it
failure.
as your family literally coaxed you and your girlfriend out there to get your brother over
to heroin interventionize him.
Like, Lindsay, nice to
What'll really buy a minute is if you bring a girlfriend we've never met before.
And I swear to God, the lady is exactly as I described her.
Yeah.
That's who's mediating it.
picture
And
the
as you
poltergeist
talk,
lady.
she's
That's what I
doing
was
this. She's like reading, and she's like, as you talk, she's connecting with you, and she's like, explore that, explore that, explore that. What do you feel with him right now? I see a little resentment with your father. I'm like, it's a fucking father-son relationship. I hate him. No, I'm just kidding. He's a great man. But like that's the embellishment on the details. The details.
Yeah.
It's a good story, though. I like the joke.
It's a great. The whole time you're telling it, and we talk about it sometimes on this too. Is it's not, as comics we're like, oh, they're not laughing, but then they're also not talking. They're listening, and that's one of those too where it's like, as you're telling that story. I'm not laughing at everything. I'm so in tune to the story itself that I'm like, keep going. Like, I want to get involved in this, and it's
got a climax.
And I keep finding
on
myself
every edge. I'm just
wanting
listening to what's
did
next.
Your mom like your girlfriend? After all that.
I need to
Mom,
answer a
did you
lot
like
of
my
those.
girlfriend?
There's good questions there. I need to answer those. Like, who are the people there? What do they say? How are they feeling? What is the lead up besides just my perspective? Do we walk downstairs?
It's a great bit because there's so many ways.
There's
to
a lot
just
of things you can
hit it.
Family brings the funniest shit.
So many.
And like honestly, like when I got back, I told that joke because I was like, I can't write this. This is just something that the world gives you, and it's fucking funny. Hopefully,
Yeah.
It was so fresh. I'm like, well, fuck it. And then I told it at the Turf, and it did okay. And then I told it once more, and then I used it in the funniest comedians contest at the Arizona thing at the Improv. And it wasn't like joke ready yet, but like where you tell that joke because it was so real and true to you, it was funny through that way.
Yeah.
Because of that, like I'm connected to this,
And you'll
that
you'll
way
find that,
people
dude.
are
I mean, it's funny when you eat shit on stage and nobody laughs, and you've got all this prepared material, and it's like, dude, I'm 4 minutes in and nobody's laughed once, and you break and you start being honest, like 100%. I was like, Jesus Christ, man, nothing I can do will make you laugh, and then they laugh because you finally broke and were super honest. So when you hit that level, and that's what it is, finding your voice is your true yourself. When you hit that, man, and the stories you tell are blatant honest. That's when it's like they're not laughing because they're way into it and they're listening. And when they want to laugh, they will. It's like has nothing to do with the way you're presenting it.
Yeah.
Crazy.
No, it's true. And like Clayton Perkins says this, and I agree because I think Clayton's great. I think that you got to be connected to your material, and I think if you can find a way, maybe you either live a life that you need to put yourself in front of more doors that will open for you, so you can speak about experiences. But if you can speak the truth. And either it's your perspective or not, or experience. But if you speak the truth, you just tell that joke differently.
100%.
You just do. Instead of like, I wrote a joke, and I'm going to tell it. Wait till I get to the end. Like, it's just a different, your tone, and everything is different about it.
Yeah.
So that's why I like that joke. But no, I appreciate that. Like, that way I can make it better. Because it could be 1,000% better.
Oh, but it's great the way it is. It's a great bit.
It's a strong.
Not
bit
many
that I've
people
told.
have that are comics can tell that bit from that perspective. It's usually. So I came to my parents' house and it was an intervention, and because they're the ones that have the addiction.
Right.
And I love
So
how
all
you
these
said,
dickheads were there.
that was so funny how you talked about the plane ticket as an investment.
That's essentially
That's
my thought
funny,
was
yeah.
like, I want this girl to know I care about her. I want to rope her into my family. And then my family's like, I'm going to fuck it up for you right now. And I was like, please no.
If none of us
No,
can
I'm
be
just
happy.
kidding. They're like,
You're
I'm
not
like,
either.
surprises, the worst kind. Your family's falling apart. Welcome home.
Hey, this is why you don't
See what you left us with? Nothing.
Oh, that's awesome. All right.
But what you just did there is like that's a great line. Like that's a great tag that you can put that in that joke somewhere and it would be hilarious. But it's because you were being conversational, and I think that's what you were saying earlier with finding your voice.
100%.
Finding your way to be
I always say that too. It's all it's a one-way conversation, and when you can make it that way, where it feels to the audience that it's a two-way conversation with them not saying anything because they just can't get a word in, but at the same time they feel 100% part of the conversation. That's where we're trying to be.
Yeah.
That's why it's so goddamn hard, and only a select few have gotten there, and that's why they're great.
Right.
When we watch specials of Bill Burr, Louis C.K., I mean the greats, you feel like you're just sitting with them.
Yeah.
And we're talking in their conversation. They're the only ones talking because in our head, we're answering.
Yeah.
Right? And as comics, we just try to get there. And that's the struggle that we deal with. Yeah, we can make people laugh. That's why we do this. We made people laugh when we were kids, and we get off on that, and we do our job because crowds want to laugh, right? Howard, but
That is not an appropriate emotion for a comedy show.
no, but I understand what Howard means too. I do understand what Howard means too.
It's a ride. You're taking them on a ride, and
Good comedy says something too, right? It's not all just like joke punchline. It's
They
like,
need to know you when you get off stage. They need to know something about you.
Yeah. You basically, if they're not approaching you afterwards to say hello, it's because they don't think you're a friend of theirs.
Yeah.
You're not approachable
point.
because you're not their buddy. But if you get across to them like, we could totally hang out anytime.
Yeah.
I'm not going to because we don't know each other.
No.
But
you want them over.
we could, you know.
But
It's
dude,
like,
the
it's like
best
parents
things.
you're trying to impress, but you're not trying to impress them.
Yeah, some of the best things, like when I get off stage, show's over, you're outside and you thank everybody for coming. The best things that happen are when audience members come up to you like, dude, you were so funny, man. That bit about your son, man, that shit happens to me too, man. Everything you were saying was the same thing. And I'm like, yeah, relatable. Like, that for real happened to me. They're like, yeah, me too, but you said it was so funny. I'm like, that's what I want all the time.
Yeah, that's the best feeling. You know how you do when you walk off stage based on how other people treat you, which is a bad thing of self-worth.
It's so true. Because, okay, here's the other
It's
thing.
100% true.
I was going to write
They avoid
this.
you if you bomb. They walk up to you if you killed it.
Yes, I was going to write this last night because I felt horrible. I bombed so bad. And I was like, in my head, I said this to myself. I was like, you completely ate shit when your comic friends won't even talk to you after the set.
Yeah.
Like,
Or they're like, good set. You're like, fuck you!
when they're like, and they walk away, it's like, I must have done horrible. I'm leaving.
But I almost feel like you know who your friend in comedy is when you have a bad set and they walk up after you and they go, you go, yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
Hey, I like your crowd work was good.
Yeah. Well, if you're honest,
Or just tell you what you did wrong. Like, dude, you bailed too early. Fuck it.
exactly. You know what you did,
And it has to be welcome. Like, Kohn and I, and you and Kohn, and vice versa, you and I could all give each other constructive feedback. But you wouldn't want to go up to a strange person and be like,
Well, no.
things to do different for next time. Areas of opportunity. I'm going to send you an email after this, but don't worry about paying attention.
I think I see what you're doing there. I think I can see where
I
you're
like
going
where
with
you were
that.
going, just stop.
Or it's the other one. Just keep coming out. Just keep on.
Keep grinding, man. Keep showing up.
Trying,
Show up on time next time.
Show up on time. It's going to be good for your set, man. Just show
I
up.
want to hear Kohn's bit.
Yep, your turn, buddy.
Kohn's one of my favorites.
All right. Well, I can't. There's one bit I've been doing recently that I think
Do a good one, polish one.
Do a polished one?
Yeah.
Okay. So now that I've gotten older, my parents and we live in the same city. I can see them whenever I want, but I don't want to. So I call them when occasionally, and I called my mom and I asked how she was doing, and she's like, "I'm awesome. I'm fantastic. I've been donating my time lately, and I've been volunteering." I was like, "That's cool." Like she's got a part-time job. She's 60. Like that's what you do, right? So I said, "Well, that's great, Mom. What are you doing?" She says. And I wish this were a joke. She said, I'm volunteering at a men's prison counseling alcoholic sex offenders. Yeah. Yeah. I was like, that sounds stupid. What are you talking about? I was like, no. And she said, yeah, no, every week, I go down to Florence once, sometimes twice a week to go counsel these sex offenders who have problems with alcohol addiction. And I'm on the phone with her, and I'm like, well, how, like, explain yourself. Tell me, And she says, yeah, right? Like, did you miss the bake sale? Like, what the fuck? And she said, she goes, no, it's just rewarding, and she says, and I don't know what these guys did. I was like, you don't know what the sex offenders that you're there to counsel did? And she goes, no. I said, well, okay, Mom, then riddle me this one. Like, what if there's a guy in the corner and his name is Jim Johnson, a.k.a. Baby Arm Johnson. And he got in trouble one day because he got caught slapping people in the face with his penis on a public bus, and now he's in jail. Like, I don't want that to happen to my mom, or like from my dad or a stranger. That's disrespectful. Like, it's my mom, you know. And she goes, "It's cool, Michael. You know, I'm in there. It's just me." I'm like, "Okay, strike one." Yeah, it's just me in a room. I assume it's dark. I don't know why. I assume it's a dark room. She goes, "Just me in a room with like 7 sex offenders." And yeah, who else? And they give me a walkie-talkie.
Just in case.
For defense. Yeah, a walkie-talkie. For those listening, if you did not know, is a child's toy for slumber parties. But the state of Arizona has given this to my mother to protect herself from incarcerated sex offenders. And she goes, she says to me, "Well, it's cool because it's rewarding and I've made friends." I'm like, "Shut your fucking mouth." Who have you made friends with? And she goes, "Well, there's this one guy I touched." And I'm like, "Well, thank God you got there first, because Jesus Christ." She's like, "Yeah, you know, I just, I must have said something to him because, well, he knows I like the Cardinals." And I'm like, "Are you giving me your fucking Tinder profile, Mom? What the fuck you doing?" And she goes, "Yeah, no, he knows I like the Cardinals, so he made me a little Cardinals figure, like statuette, out of bagels from the mess hall."
So it's like a bird.
Bagels. It was the little
bird.
Cardinals head. It was a bagel bird. Out of little bagels. And it's on like a little pedestal, and it's a little head and everything, and it's dyed red, I assume, from the blood of the innocent. I don't know where you do that.
In the craft hall.
Yeah. And this is like, it's been like 4 or 5 months, and it is
The
still...
best starting lineup figure I've ever heard of.
Yeah, right. Bagels. It's still fresh. It's still rock. It's like preserved perfectly. Like, I don't know what dick he had to suck to get what turlet hooch to preserve that little thing, that little totem, but he did it. And he gave her another one he made recently. It's a little frog. And it's fucking unbelievable. It's got its tongue out, and there's a little worm on the frog. It's unbelievable. And he said he bought it for 10 cents.
In the slammer. That's like $1 million.
You can get whatever Pokemon cards you want in the Slammer. Yeah, so I don't know what toy shop they have in the Slammer, but if it was a dime. It was like a Tootsie Roll in 1948. It was like, a sack for a nickel, you know? And my dad, who's Jewish, fucking loves that this guy who likes her is a Nazi skinhead. He's a member of the Aryan Nation. Yeah, Judad in love with that. Full of Aryan pride for him. Dude. And I'm like, "Mom, this is horrifying." And she says, "It's okay though. It's okay though, because they're mostly child molesters." And I said, "Yeah, that's okay."
Good objection handling, Mom.
Yeah, right.
Not in any danger.
Like, there's a reason why I won every argument as a child with this woman, because that's what she brings to the table. Is they're sex offenders. It's cool. They just touch kid dick. It's all right. It's fine. And I was like, "Well, okay, Mom, you're like 5'2", you're 110 pounds, you have tiny little arms, and like menopause has eroded your hips like the sands of time." Like, from behind, if you look from a distance, she's like a little soccer player running around there. I'm terrified for this woman, but she's still gonna keep doing it. She's not stopping. And I recently found out that they have upgraded security, so now she's not just in a dark, damp, child molesting sex cave with these guys. There's another person there, and I even forgot to mention it was a windowless room. The room had no windows that they were putting these people in. The state of Arizona And actually, this is joke over, by the way. Mm-hmm. That's how I end it. I just go joke over, and then I walk off.
Stop. Joke stop.
The joke is done.
I don't know if you've seen Kohn live, but that's how he ends every joke.
The joke is over. Stop it. We are moving on. I think I have to end one time.
Just mad at the crowd.
Just mad. Be like, I know you enjoyed it, but it is time to move on. This bus is leaving with or without you.
Holy shit.
What I was going to say is the joke is over because this part's serious. There was a woman like a year ago that was doing something similar but not the same thing that my mom was doing, and she was assaulted.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so that's when they changed all the policy, and there's still the walkie-talkies, but there's 2 people in the room, and there's a guard like right outside the room, like in the hallway.
Oh,
The guard should
God,
be
man.
in the
Why not
Well,
start
it's
with the
because it's-
over?
it's
Why
because
wait for the
well,
rape
it's-
and then do the right thing? Like,
You got to be able to counsel, so they got to trust you. You can't have
Yeah.
a third person in the room.
Especially because
Trust me, I'm speaking from
yeah,
experience.
I was like, experience?
like an expert.
You
Well,
got
those
that
child
ESP.
molesters, they don't last long in jail anyway.
No.
They get killed within
So
like a
I
week
always
or
wonder
two.
that, like, people always say that, but it's like no one's ever been to jail that I know. So how do we all know that child molesters have it the worst? Like, who has it worse than child molesters?
I don't. When I first,
What if it's fucking like Candyland in there? They're like MVP. Bro, you the real MVP.
They're King Candy just sitting in Gumdrop Castle.
Playing shoots and ladders and laughing their ass off.
Well, I mean, they're usually like separated with each other, so it's like
They are.
It would be the same as if you got a bunch of comics together. They would all have a
You
blast.
calling comic child molesters?
So they put the molesters
Yes.
together.
they
put the
do.
murderers
Well, child
Child
molesters.
molesters.
into prison, first of all.
I watch a lot on. I don't. For whatever reason, I'm fascinated with it.
30 for 30.
No, but
Like
it was a
Lockdown
TV show
on
that I
A&E?
saw
Lockdown.
with a guy that got put in jail because he killed his son, but he like the story from him. So you don't know if it's true or not, but he had an infant child and he was like throwing the child up in the air and
Shaking
catching
it,
whatever,
throwing it.
and then missed it, and the kid hit the ground and died. And so he was in prison for murdering an infant. And they had to put him solitude, a cell by himself, because in 2 days he got the absolute shit kicked out of him to where they thought they killed him. And he lived, and they don't stand for that stuff in prison.
So if you're
anything you
like-
do to kids, they don't deal with that.
Like Wesley Snipes is like pristine. Like no one bothers him. Like, oh, you don't pay things? Like, you're Wesley Snipes. Like, don't worry about
Actually,
it.
yes. I listened to a Radio Lab, or no, it was 11 Radio podcast, maybe a week or so ago, and they interviewed this guy that was a bank robber, and he had to go to jail for like 10 or 15 years for grand larceny or something. And he said in jail, bank robbers are royalty. Like, if you're a bank robber, you are like...
You're like the smartest motherfucker in the room.
They love you. They think
Who
you're
got
awesome.
caught?
Who got caught?
got caught.
You have failed something. I love it. That's a room full of people that tried something and weren't good at it enough.
That's crazy,
That's
though.
failure. That's what it is. It's
That's the
just
worst part
electing
about
the worst.
That's the worst part about prison because it's the B squad. Because the A squad doesn't get caught. You
No.
know.
Yeah.
True.
It's the B. It's a bunch of fucking motherfuckers. I don't know.
Do you know? So you don't know anyone that's been to prison?
No, Oh, yeah.
You do?
Tent
I mean,
City,
Tent City. Yeah.
That's
Not
like
prison.
There's
camping,
windows in Tent City.
though.
It's not prison.
No, because I don't either.
Tents. Pink.
I honestly would like to talk to somebody that's been in prison for multiple years and be like, what's it legitimately like? Because I don't know. I mean, I got friends in the military that tell me what it's legitimately like, and that blows my mind.
probably
Stuff that I know I couldn't do. Like, if it happened to me, I'd freak the fuck out.
They're like, dude, put these oranges in this bin, hide it, come get drunk in 2 months. Like, let's do this.
Incredibly boring.
Oranges and honey buns.
Ooh, honey
I did,
buns.
actually, okay, so I did work with a guy that used to be in prison, and the only thing he taught me how to do was
Get fucked in the ass.
roll a cigarette.
Take a really bad shower.
Real
Dirty
aggressive. No, he taught me how to roll a cigarette. That was all. He taught me how to roll a cigarette when I was like 16. He was like, "This is what we do in the joint." His name was Eladio, and he was a heroin addict, as a matter of fact. And he went to jail for assault.
That's the worst for a heroin addict. Like, dude, there's no heroin in here. What are you gonna do? That's rehab.
That's an
Yeah, it
intervention.
is. So, Kohn, the bit that you tell with that, 100% true?
100% true. Literally, every single thing that I said about that is true.
I love that.
Fucking crazy.
I love that bit, and you've added to it since I've heard you do that.
Because more stuff. Every time I talk to my mom, she has some fucking new thing to tell me.
You wove in the details, like more descriptive and specific, because you followed a different timeline before.
I did. I kind of went back, and I've been trying to do it a little. I haven't done that bit in a while.
It's a better bit. I mean, it was already a good bit, but it's a better bit now than what it was because you. I mean, it's always the thing with comedy is always, do you have enough time to give the bit?
Yeah.
If it's a longer bit, is it going to be good?
Well, and I used to tell it with a way, like... Basically, the way I used to tell it was that I instead of saying, that my mom looks like a little soccer player or whatever, I just would straight out say, like, you're 5'2", you're $110, you have weak lady arms, you're easy to rape. And,
You
like,
did say that.
it would
You
not...
did.
Surprisingly, not a good reaction.
The word rape. It's like...
Surprisingly saying, hey, it's way too easy to rape my mom. Not a laugher.
You know why? Because
Shock giggle.
because there are a lot of women 5'2", 110 pounds, and you're saying it's so easy to rape them.
Half of them are like, I know.
No one will talk to me in the parking lot. I don't know. You guys?
Meet me behind this dumpster. It's fine. It's fine.
So I changed it. I didn't say it. I didn't say it this time because I honestly forgot. But I usually say I describe her one time, and I don't say that she's too easy to. Yeah, it's fucked up. I just say you're low hanging fruit, basically.
Which is a great
a way to say
great
you're
adjective
too
to say
easy, but no one's going to take you because you're too easy, or at least that's the hopes.
Yeah.
Jesus. I couldn't believe when she told me, like, this was like a 45-minute phone conversation when I first talked to her about it. I was like, legitimately pissed off.
Were you like the first person to be like, whoa, whoa, whoa? Did she get the green light from everybody except for you? Or what was
My
the deal?
dad was like really not cool with it at first because it's a safety issue, really. Oh, fuck, I forgot another part of the bit, too. I've added a lot. So the other part is the way I've been closing on it with is that I don't care that they're in jail. Like, I don't care that they're alcoholics because they already are in jail. Like, that's the job that they applied for. And they got the job, like, you got it, buddy. Go punch in every day, And so that's what they do. So who gives a shit? And then the other thing is, like, that there's... alcoholism is this mountain you have to climb, right? Well, I feel for these guys, there's two much larger mountains that they have to climb first, which is, like, not being in jail and, like, if these guys are willing to put, like, kids in their mouth, then gin, like real
Gin doesn't even matter.
It doesn't matter. Like,
They don't even taste it.
Yeah,
That's how.
You know what I will say? I like the fact that your comedy touches on the sensitive things because, like, not comparatively, of course, but Louis C.K. did a big thing about child molesters recently.
Oh, yeah, that was...
And it got huge, like a push.
That was
press
great.
With a comic, good press and bad press are the same fucking thing. It doesn't really matter. But, like, it got such a whoa, whoa, whoa. But it's real. Like, that's the truth. Like, he depicted the bit in a really good way. And what you did is you took these characters, and I think something that's really well done in your material is you make yourself not the bad guy. You're the guy asking the questions. What the fuck, Mom?
That was one of the
You know what I mean?
first
You're not the
pieces
guy
of advice
in-
that you gave me when because actually let's just get you want to get gay with each other right now?
Yeah, let's do it. Scissor, let's scissor.
I want to tongue kiss. I want to tongue fuck you in front of these people. No, Brian Vilona here was one of the first guys that I met in comedy and became good friends with, and that was one of the first things that you and Brian Rose and my buddy Kyle told me was like, if you're going to tell a subversive bit, you have to be the hero in it. You can't be the villain or else nobody is on your side. Even if you're saying really terrible things, and you can listen to most comics bits, and if it's really fucked up, they're probably making themselves the hero in the beginning or the end somehow, because otherwise you're going to hate everything that they're saying.
Yeah, you don't want to own the fucked up thing you just said. And like, no, make this person deal with it. Like, it's absolutely true. And Louis C.K. does that really well too. He positioned the bit in a way that made, like, it's just shedding light on something. Like, must be amazing. If you want to just suck the little dick. I don't know. But they're not, I mean, obviously it's, oranges to apples, but they're still fruit. But I think what you did really well in that bit was focusing on, the mom, the problem. I guess where it could go is, what's the answer at the end? What was the lesson or the outcome how did it wrap up? However
I
you
always
want
have. I always have the biggest. That's my biggest.
I fail
problem.
on that too. I'm like
How the fuck
expiring.
do I close? Because honestly, my biggest laugh line is usually in the middle of the 3/4 through. It's not at the end, which is probably not how you're supposed to do things.
I do that too,
You
man.
tell
Yeah.
a punch to finish the joke, but you don't want to end on that punch. So
Yeah.
you peek in the middle, which is not a bad thing.
No, I'd like to end on some callback, but I can't.
But that's
I can't
so romantic
think about
with comedy. It's so like, oh, it's gonna go this way. It never
Yeah.
fucking does.
I was wondering if you'd work in something, if it crossed your mind about how it goes so well for your mom is because she brings pictures of you when you were a kid.
Twist
That's what
it
I
in.
kept
Yeah,
waiting
twist
for.
it in. Don't worry, I've been giving her pictures of you.
Because I was waiting
I've
for
been
that, and
trading
like
you and
that's
your
what's
brother's
keeping
baby
her
pictures
safe.
like baseball cards. She's like, I've learned. She's like,
Yeah.
Write it down
write
or
this
the
down
the
right
weed
now.
A free personalized license plate from jail.
Dude, I get all mine stamped for free.
Oh man.
That's great,
She's
man.
like, yeah, you know, you got to buy your way in prison, and that's
Yeah.
the best.
I just feel like that's like something that would keep her safe.
An
you know?
evolution.
I have a My Son rookie card. Check
You
it
should
out.
do the evolution of like, 'cause, I mean, the bit stands. It's a
Bathtub
strong.
pictures.
You could do a visit, you make it like 5 nights.
Yeah.
And then each night it gets worse, or each night
Yeah.
something more
Yeah.
ridiculous happens, and then interject that in one of the nights.
Yeah.
And then you have a way to wrap it up because it's climax, like it has
Yeah.
a story-esque to it. And you're a
That's
good
funny.
storyteller.
She's just
You're a
aiding.
great
Your
storyteller.
mom's just
Oh, that's
aiding.
awesome.
to
Because
the problem.
if I end it with your little soccer player running around there, and then she goes, well, don't you know how I'm protected?
That's a perfect.
Yeah,
then you can
that's
end
what
it
I
with
kept
you.
waiting for you to
Yes.
come out.
Bring it back to me, and then if that's not the bit I'm closing with, I can jump into
And
something else. 'Cause
it's
I brought
funny
it back
because when
to
people,
myself.
I always think about when people visit people in prison, do they like pat them down for paper clips and, you know, like razors? No one's patting your mom down for
Talk
bathtub
about how they
pictures
put
of
like
yourself.
little dicks in fruitcakes.
little candy penises.
Like for a bachelorette party, like not big dicks, it's just little dicks. It's like baked into a cake. Fruitcake that no one's gonna eat fucking anyway.
Like little mud pie with little penis gummies coming
That's
out.
right.
Like, no, they're worms.
Bread pudding with dicks in it.
There you go.
Oh, already got the this on.
Well, on that, guys, we gotta wrap. But first of all, thank both of you for coming
Yeah,
on, man. I
right.
loved it. This was a great episode. Especially to follow up last week, man. You guys crushed it, dude. This is a great follow up, man. I loved it. Nance, anything?
Oh, if anyone needs a kitten, I have a kitten I'm trying to move.
Shut it right now.
Yeah.
Well, it's not my kitten. It's my brother's kitten. We're trying to move this kitten. I don't care what you do with it. Just message us.
What kind of kitten we talking
Yeah,
about?
It's so cute. It's a tabby cat. It's orange with blue eyes. It's so cute.
Is it male or female?
It's a
Male.
tiger.
It's a male. I have a picture of it.
So it's actually a person.
It's a redheaded
Yeah,
kid.
no, send a picture.
I've wanted a kitten.
Do you wanna
for a
see it?
long
Let's
time.
move this kilo of kittens.
Well,
So
I moved
cute.
in with the girlfriend, and she's got like a full cat.
An older cat too, right?
Oh, stop it right now with that thing.
There you go.
It's older. It's like 8 or 9 or whatever, and it's fine, but it's still like half feral, so it like
Will Ferrell
it's Will
or
Ferrell.
Colin?
Mom. That's very cute.
If
He
they had a
keeps
baby.
threatening to drop it off at my doorstep.
You're like, this isn't a
No,
baby, and I'm not in
cool,
Chicago.
but, like,
Like,
yeah.
you can't just leave.
I'm not a kitten safe haven.
Like it wants to
Dogs.
hang out, but the minute you move any muscle, it like instinct kicks in.
I hate cats, man.
And it's kind of, it's like, it's got to be inbred. It has no neck on this thing. There's no fucking neck.
Like a pit bull.
And it can't,
Cat looks like a pit bull.
Yeah, kittens, just like the meanest dog ever.
Yeah, just definitely like a murderous animal. Yeah.
well, it can't retract its claws, so they're always out
Oh,
constantly.
that
so
needs
it's like
to
a
be put
fuck
to
Just
boy.
needle feet and needles.
Give the kitten
Yeah,
Cone.
let's upgrade you. Let's
If
upgrade
you
Yeah.
want the kitten, you let me know. Or if
like
anybody wants the kitten.
neutered spade shots.
Nothing. It's 8
Nothing?
weeks old.
Straight up.
It's, just a kitten.
Not
It
even
eats
hair
solid
on it
food,
yet.
Though. You don't have to bottle feed it.
There you
Can
go.
I teach it to be vaguely racist?
You can teach it like
100%.
Jinxie to flush the toilet. It means
Does
the
it give
fuckers.
sarcastic eye rolls?
A little bit, yeah.
Is it
Cute.
pro-life or pro-choice? That's it.
It's really too young to tell. I'm
How
gonna
does
give
it
it 2
feel
more
about
weeks.
some of these popular
I mean,
issues?
I ain't bringing some pro-life bitch-ass cat in my house.
Oh my God, guys!
Perfect.
Promote anything you have coming up, which we forgot to do at the top of the show. I apologize. But anything you guys got coming up?
I did a slew of shows. I think I'm doing Bridget's on the 30th. So that's a couple
June
days away.
30th?
Yeah, that's 20 days from today.
All right.
So you got your time. Book it on your fucking calendars, no excuses. They have cheap tacos, and it's a fun show.
Where at?
Bridget's.
Oh,
And
they do have
if you
cheap
wanna,
tacos.
you know,
What day is that? Where do you want?
last Tuesday of the month, I think.
Is that the 30th? Oh, you and me.
Oh, you and me, we
Bunch
have
of fuck boys. Anyway, I'm doing the 9th coming up June 9th, the House of Comedy. I'm doing that Arizona's Funniest Person with a Day Job thing, and then my favorite show to do on the 10th is the Switch.
I'm doing that.
Are you doing that?
But the week after, I think, in Tucson.
Are you doing the
Who
Tucson?
runs that? Henry?
Polly Casillas and Henry.
Polly asked me to.
That show is fucking awesome, and that's at the Crescent Ballroom at 10 p.m. on the 10th.
Okay.
That show's awesome.
So
Free.
go to that, because it's like the second one they're doing in Phoenix.
Yeah, it'll be
That's
the
It's a
venue.
Tucson show they're bringing
Crescent
up.
Ballroom is a sick venue. It's
Yeah?
a really good venue.
Cool, man. So yeah, and I've never done it, so I'll try and go.
It flexes the
Is
muscles.
it a Sunday?
Probably. Yeah, they do
Okay.
the Sunday ones down.
I'm
in
gonna try and bring
Tucson.
a buddy of mine's in town that's a comic. I'm gonna try and bring him with me.
It's so fun. It flexes the muscles, because you don't know any of the topics that you're getting until you get them.
Yeah.
Record your set. You're gonna forget everything you said.
Yeah.
Record your set. I've done it a few times now, and I've forgotten everything I've ever said on stage. And a lot of those jokes get really good responses.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
Mike,
they're
let me
like,
call you
"You're
back
good
in a
on
second.
your-
We're finishing up recording.
Hey, Kevin, how's everybody else doing?
Kevin's
everyone?
going to the Jack in the Box on Indian School.
Hey, J-Ball, diarrhea heartburn combo.
Kennedy. It
Congratulations.
was Kennedy. I was supposed to pick him up 4 minutes ago.
Could have
Or
let him go to
stir-fry.
voicemail. He has nothing to say.
You're
Some
going to see him
mushrooms
too.
right
You're going
now.
to see him at your house,
I
Vilona.
can't wait until he penetrates my domicile.
Shit, for me, mid-June is stuff I have going on. I don't have anything going on until mid-June. So the thing in Tucson, Jason Collins at Stand Up Scottsdale. I'll be with him. Steve McGrew and Quinn Dale at Laugh Factory.
There you go.
I'll be with them. And that's it. I don't know. Just follow me on Twitter. I'll post stuff.
He'll talk about
Blah.
being a dad. He'll do it.
Blah, that's all I do. I talk about being a dad.
Dad bod. Hashtag.
Oh, Kev's got a dad bod.
Kevin's got
That's
I
it.
have 2 dad bods.
Ooh, that's a Richie thing.
I know.
You hack motherfucker.
You goddamn right.
I wanted to come. I remember we were talking about this. I wanted to come in here, and for my bit, I wanted to do your Zach Galifianakis.
Oh, you can do it, too. And you could do it off the top, yeah.
Oh God.
Guys,
Thank you.
thank you for coming on, man. Stop thanking everything. We thank you.
No, I love this.
All right. Hey, have a good week, everybody. See you next week.
This has been another great presentation of the Four-Eyed Radio Network. You can catch more shows at foureyedradio.com.